My girlfriend admitted she cheated. I needed a real man. She smirked. My friends took her side. I just smiled, took my keys, and left. This morning my phone blew up with 32 missed calls. Looking back, I should have seen it coming. The signs were there, scattered like breadcrumbs through the last few months of our relationship. But when you've been with someone for 3 years, you tend to give them the benefit of the doubt. At least that's what I kept telling myself. It started with small things. Allison began working late more often, which wasn't unusual during busy seasons, but then came the new perfume I didn't recognize, clothes I'd never seen before appearing in our closet, and her phone suddenly becoming this sacred object that was never more than an arm's length away. I'm not the jealous type, never have been, but something felt off the way she'd pull away when I tried to hug her from behind while she was texting how she'd step out to take calls, claiming they were work-related. The constant girls' nights with people whose names I'd never heard before. Last Tuesday, I was folding laundry when her phone lit up on the coffee table. A message preview from someone named Jay popped up. "Miss you already last night," was the rest was cut off, but my stomach dropped. I didn't want to be that guy who snoops through his girlfriend's phone, but the universe seemed to be screaming at me to wake up. When she got home that night, I decided to be direct. She was in the kitchen, making herself a smoothie like nothing was wrong. The sound of the blender filled our apartment as I leaned against the door frame watching her. "Who's Jay?" I asked when she finally turned it off. The change in her posture was instant. Her shoulders tensed, but then she did something I wasn't expecting. She smiled, not her usual warm smile, but something cold and almost triumphant. "Wondering when you'd finally catch on, Michael," she said, taking a sip from her glass. "Jay's my boss, and yes, I've been sleeping with him for the past 2 months." The casual way she said it felt like a slap. No guilt, no shame, just pride. "I needed a real man," she continued, smirking. "Someone who knows what he wants and goes for it, not someone who spends his weekends playing video games with Jacob and watching stupid movies." I stood there processing her words. 3 years together, and this was how she really saw me. Through the shock, I felt something else rising, not anger, but a strange sense of clarity. "Does Chloe know?" I asked, thinking of our mutual friend who'd introduced us. "Oh, she's known for weeks," Allison laughed. "Most of our friends know. They understand. Jay can actually provide a future, not just dreams and excuses." That hit harder than the cheating admission. These people we'd shared birthdays, holidays, and countless dinners with, they'd all been watching, and this happened, probably laughing behind my back. I pulled out my phone and opened my group chat with Jacob and Chloe. "Is this true? You all knew?" Jacob's response came quickly. "Bro, you're great, but Allison deserves someone more established. Don't take it personally." Chloe chimed in, "We didn't want to hurt you, but maybe this is the wake-up call you need." I looked up from my phone to find Allison watching me, that same smirk still playing on her lips. She was waiting for the explosion, the drama, the scene she could tell everyone about later. Poor immature Michael losing his cool. Instead, I smiled, a real genuine smile that seemed to catch her off guard. Without a word, I walked to our bedroom, pulled out my go bag, always kept one packed for weekend trips, grabbed my laptop and my keys. When I passed through the kitchen again, Allison was staring, her smirk faltering slightly. "Where are you going?" she demanded. "Out," I replied simply. "And Allison, keep the apartment. I'm sure Jay can help with the rent." I heard her start to say something as I closed the door behind me, but I didn't stop to listen. My phone was already buzzing with messages, probably from our so-called friends, trying to explain themselves. As I drove away, I turned my phone off and felt something I didn't expect, relief. Sometimes losing everything shows you exactly what you never had in the first place. I had no idea where I was going, but for the first time in months I felt like I was heading in the right direction. Update first, thanks for all the support on my last post. Never expected it to blow up like that. A lot has happened in the past week, and honestly I'm still processing everything. I've been staying at this small motel on the outskirts of town. Not the most glamorous place, but it's clean, and the owner, an older guy who introduced himself as Pete, seems decent. He even knocked $20 off the weekly rate. When he heard my story, turned my phone back on after 2 days of silence. 32 missed calls, 47 text messages, most from Allison, some from Jacob and Chloe, and a few from numbers I didn't recognize. But what really caught my attention was the notification storm. From social media, Allison had been busy, really busy. Her Instagram story painted a picture too. Recognized. Apparently I was a controlling, jealous boyfriend who monitored her every move. According to her posts, I emotionally manipulated her for years, isolated her from friends, and threw a violent tantrum when she finally stood up for herself. Each post had hundreds of sympathetic comments, including ones from people I thought were my friends. The crown jewel, a tearful video where she claimed I had financially abused her by making her split all our bills 50-50 ths while